description of interactions between biological components. It began with a description of disease interactions, but it can actually encompass not just diseases, but also biological or behavioral conditions, pathogens, really anything that it falls into the category of kind of biological interactions in a particular social or structural context. So the idea would be consequential biological interactions.
The HIV/AIDS pandemic is clearly, from a historical standpoint, one of the worst global health scourges that our civilization has experienced. Yet, with the scientific advances that have accrued over the last several years, it is clearly possible to end the epidemic. I believe that is a solvable problem.
We need to have what I call a syndemic approach. We must have an approach which is both resolute in focusing on the disease, but also takes into account the context which drives the epidemic.
An assessment of fatal and non-fatal opioid overdoses in Massachusetts showed that the risk of experiencing a fatal overdose compared to the rest of the adult population was increased by 3 times for veterans, 6 times for adults with serious mental illnesses, 16 to 30 times for those who have experienced homelessness, and 120 times for those recently released from prison compared to non-incarcerated people.
We can no longer discuss this disease in a vacuum. It's simply too connected to everything else.
Well, right now it's one of those issues of we have sort of 2 epidemics going on at the same time. You have a synergistic interaction between 2 epidemics. And right now we have a synergistic interaction between 2 epidemics. It is clear to me that the response to this structural racism is going to also cause an increase in COVID cases in the next couple of weeks.
A syndemic approach means that we need to think about the prevention, treatment, and care interface. We need to think about ways in which we combine services to people who may be at risk of HIV or people who are infected with HIV.
Pour in potassium iodide, my catalyst, which will start the breakdown. Now this reaction is very simple. It only produces 3 things: water, oxygen gas, and heat. The heat is formed from the breaking of the bonds within the hydrogen peroxide molecule, and the oxygen gas is trapped in the dish soap, which forms the foam so we can see how far the reaction has progressed.